how do you know how to save on taxes? What strategy should you use to reduce your tax bill? Don't worry about it, because in this video, my friends, I am going to teach you the new Trinity framework strategy that is guaranteed to help you reduce your tax bill. But before we jump in, you already know what time it is. I need you to like, comment, and subscribe so I can keep you updated on all tax, business, and wealth building strategies. Now let's get after it. As business owners, our taxes are a major deal. We work so hard to keep our business going in the right direction. But how do we know how to reduce our taxes? There's only so much money that you can spend on equipment. There's only so much money that you can donate. And if you keep spending all your money, we already know that's gonna be a recipe for going broke. This Trinity framework strategy is really your key to reduce your tax bill. And let me tell you what it looks like. The Trinity framework strategy is going to require you to have 3 entities. Yes, I said 3 entities for your business, because it's almost like, think about it, having 3 cars. If you were to go to work and one of your cars had a flat tire, you could jump in the other car. If that car didn't start because the battery was dead, you could jump in the other car. So I want you to kind of think of it like that as I explain it to you. The first entity that you're gonna have is your single member LLC. The single member LLC gives you so many advantages. Simple to operate. It goes inside of your personal income tax return, inside of your 1040 on a Schedule C. But what else can your single member LLC do? It can allow you to pay your children 17 and below without them having to pay any type of payroll taxes. That's the Social Security, the Medicare tax that comes out of your guys' paycheck, that you're looking at that paycheck going, what the heck? But if you have that single member LLC, you can start to train your children on financial literacy, you can get them involved in your business, and you can really shift income off of your return onto the return of your kids. So the very first entity that you need to set up is a single member LLC, and it's our first entity in our Trinity framework. The second entity you need to have in our Trinity framework is going to be setting up the S Corporation. Think about when you first got your first car, at least for me. Okay, let's just be clear. When I got my first car, I had a little Toyota Tercel. We called those little cars back then a bucket vehicle, right? Just a little car to get us from point A to point B. But now you're gonna level up a little bit. So you're gonna go to an S Corp. You're going to keep the single member LLC. I said, keep your single member LLC, and now you're going to form a new entity, and it's going to be an S Corp, because your S Corp is going to become your operating business. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that. You guys know I'm a tax professional. I run KDA. So I use KDA to do all of my normal business operation. It's where it serves my customers, my clients, right? I still keep that single member LLC for the consulting that I choose to do as to me, myself, right? I keep that. I could pay my kids through it when they were 17 and below. I can use that to take my home office, but now I have my S Corp is my operating company. My S Corp now is starting to make more money. So you want to stop utilizing your single member LLC as your operating company, because guys, LLCs, when they get profitable, you start to get hit with that self-employment tax. So if you thought the withholding coming out of your paycheck was something, that self-employment tax at 15.3% is a lot, because when you were W-2, your employer paid half of that self-employment tax. So when you make the S Corporation, you no longer are subject to self-employment tax. Yes, you're still gonna pay state income tax. Yes, you're still gonna pay federal income tax, but you can avoid the self-employment tax. Now, when you have that S Corporation, you're gonna put yourself on payroll, because as a business owner, you gotta stop paying yourself last. You're the last one to get paid. You pay all your vendors, you pay all your business expenses, and then you pay yourself last. But now that you're leveling up in the Trinity framework and you have the S Corporation, you're gonna put yourself on payroll. I like that, because now you're forcing yourself to get a consistent paycheck, whether you start off monthly, whether you start off twice a month, every 2 weeks, or once a week, you're now paying yourself. And so now you're strategically growing your business, because when you start to pay yourself, you know what else you're doing? You are now saying, I'm getting paid out of my business like a regular employee, but I'm also getting profits. Because as business owners, you're in business for two reasons: get paid for what you do and to get profit. That is the reason why you're in business. Yes, you're passionate and all those other things, but let's not get it twisted. You got to get those two things out of your business. So the second component is that S corporation. We're slicing self-employment tax. We putting ourselves on payroll. We're making that our operating entity. And the third thing we're doing with that S corporation, if we needed to bring in another member of our corporation, another shareholder, we could. We could bring another person in, get them some ownership. It could be 1%, 2%, 3%. Doesn't have to be 50-50. We now have that mechanism for doing it because we can do it in our S corporation, not in that single member LLC, because we don't want to turn that single member LLC into a multi-member LLC. The third entity in our Trinity strategy is a C corporation, but not just any C corporation. You want a fiscal year end C corp, not a C corporation that ends on December 31st. You want a C corporation that has a different fiscal year end. It could be March, it could be June, it could be September, it could be really any month, but you want it to not end on December 31st, because that C corporation is going to be your management company, and it is truly going to be your life jacket, your parachute. Now you have three different entities. You're going to utilize that C corporation to be your own personal branded company that you're going to manage all of your businesses from. And yes, I said businesses plural. Yes, you got that right. And the reason why I said businesses plural, because your end game is to own multiple businesses, to grow wealth for your family, and you're going to do that by having multiple businesses. When you have that off-year C Corp that doesn't end on December 31st, guess what you can do? You can then pay from your S corporation directly over to your C corporation. So what if you get down to December 31st, you didn't keep your books and records all year, you realize you got a tax problem, there's too much income, you can pay your off your C corporation, move that money out of the current year. Why would you want to do that? Well, number one, is smart. Number two, is going to reduce your taxes. Number three, it's going to buy you time to figure out what to do with that additional income. But make sure that when you do that, that you know how to button that C corporation up correctly. I am telling you, this Trinity tax strategy around your entities is the best thing since an electric car. It is the best thing since an airplane. This is the thing that is going to reduce your tax bill. Do not message me and be like, oh, 3 entities, I got to keep up with 3 entities. You don't have to, but you can pay taxes if you want to. This is why we got to get ourselves so educated. We got to know what the wealthy people know. If you Google any business and really look at it, you will see that General Electric, Google, all these major companies have multiple companies. So the new Trinity entity strategy is what you need to be using. It's how you're going to keep your tax bill low, and you're going to start your single member LLC. You're going to add your S corporation. You're going to add your fiscal year end C corporation, and you're going to do it in that order. And when you know better, my friends, you absolutely have to do better. That is why you are going to like, comment, and subscribe, because I absolutely need to keep you updated on all things tax, business, and wealth building strategies. And I need to make sure that if you need any help with this strategy, I want you to click the link below and book an appointment with my tax strategist so we can make sure you are no longer overpaying taxes and you're using a new Trinity entity strategy.